The mute is me or them.
It's them.
Mute my audio.
They want to.
I want to hear them. I don't want them to hear me. All of a sudden, I don't know.
You have this plugged in. You don't have it in your ear. That's why you can't hear.
No, I had it in my ear. Wait until I see something happen.
So we helped you guys the plastic free.
For the bench.
Yeah, for the bench.
So this village, so actually I have my own nonprofit.
We are broadcasting live.
Solar nonprofit.
Oh, you do?
Yes, ma'am. I'm actually a trained solar technician. I have my own solar electric company.
Oh, that's
And yes, these are my two little guys. This is
Aw.
you should be in the house. It's cold.
it's cool. It's fun to go it. Oh, she wanna come to the party? Yeah.
Oh, let's get a coat. Let's get a coat to go to the party. Come on.
Yeah. And make it a Okay, probably come out. It's time. Need somebody out here? Oh, it's time.
We are broadcasting.
Oh, no.
That's
Well, we gotta
okay.
Get Cynthia then. All right. I think it's just- And everybody come on, if you want to come under the tent? Yeah. Well, maybe if you want to come under the tent. Oh, there's two tents.
Yeah, we have two tents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Nicole, Wanda, come on. We need bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of bodies came early. I'm like, you never do it when it wasn't raining. I'm like,
We tried.
I know. It's okay. Look out,
I
morning.
don't know which way it's going. Maybe they're not doing any talking anything
You're
yet.
not living here.
Is that Phyllis?
Yeah.
You're not in charge.
Did you turn it on with?
Yes.
Didn't ask me to check my microphone, but I'm
Okay,
gonna
come on,
talk
come on.
anyway.
Are you gonna take
I just want to hear it. I don't want to talk.
It's wet inside. I know.
Can we do the,
Let's do that.
Wanda, where's Wanda? Wanda, Wanda.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hi.
Yeah.
This is me and Cynthia Williams.
Now I do.
They're one with the, and also people's action.
Okay, now I hear her.
Oh, that's us. They're with the kids garden and up there.
Now I'm hearing me too.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. This is our rain date. See, anyway, rain is good. Rain is wonderful.
It
Work
is.
hard. It's a
They
good-
love it that it's raining,
They have-
not us. So we're happy that it's raining for what our purpose. Yep,
They perked, the fans have already perked up from yesterday.
yes.
They did.
They did.
They did. So this is really such a special day. It celebrates a partnership between Boston People's Action Center and Temple Har Zion and our greater West Side Chicago neighborhoods. That's the biggest deal. It's not
Yes, it
just the
is.
two,
Yes,
but
it is.
it's a lot of people. This partnership produced two projects. The native garden, which I will tell you about, and the plastic bag bench made of plastic bags like this. There's sort of a theme I realized to this day, to this celebration, and the theme is it's a Yiddish word, shidduch. It is not a bad word. They're the kids. They're not.
Okay, the kids.
They're not the kids. The kids.
Well,
they think,
yeah.
All
Go,
right.
go get the kids.
For a few minutes.
Go ahead.
Shidduch, it's not a bad word. It's a Yiddish word and it means a match. It means making a match, like in matchmaker, a matchmaker. So there were 5 shidduchs to do this
Yes, it was.
garden and the bench, and I will start with the first one. So after George Floyd was murdered, the Social Action Committee at Har Zion wanted to reach across Austin and do something. And Diane Redleaf, who I hope is online, stand up, Diane. I hope you're
Hey,
there. I
Diane.
hope you're there. We all researched it, and she found Austin People's Action Center, and we brought
Thank you.
we brought Cynthia to talk to us, and we decided we were going to do what we can. We learned what she needed. We talked about what we could do and the skills in our group, and we made a bunch of matches. And we did a bunch of drives, and we we did some things, and then Cynthia said, I want to show you something. And she brought me here. And she showed me this yard. Now, what Pete's gonna do is, in a little while, show you the other yard. Because this yard looks sort of like that. And she said, I want to beautify it. So I said, okay, we talked, and we talked, and we talked. And she said, what about wildflowers? I love wildflowers. So at home, on my table, was a renewal card from a place called West Cook Wild Ones. And I thought, wildflowers, wild ones, I'm going to get some help. Oh, hey, this is my daughter and grandson, okay, in this wet weather. And so I thought, okay, renew, because maybe they'll help. And I wrote a letter and I said to them, I said, I'm going to renew. I live in a condo. I can't plant native plants, but we're doing this project and we are thinking of wildflowers. Maybe you can help us. And she wrote back and said, we are looking for a project in Austin. Second
Oh.
sit up. That's the second one. First
Yes,
was you.
exactly.
So I forgot to bring the plan. She made a plan for the garden. This was Stephanie Walquist, who I hope also is on Zoom. And she came out and she looked at it and she made a plan. And and she found a nursery for us. And Maury Applebaum went out to get the plants, which I will talk a lot about you, Maury. He went out to get the plants. He brought them here. And it was actually, it's not an adult project. It was a youth project because you know what I want you to do? Is tell everybody what Austin Peoples I consider does for the youth in Austin.
Okay.
So,
You ready now?
yeah.
Well, we do a lot for the youth. We have a job training program for the youth where they do various projects throughout the community. And we actually got the opportunity to pay them for the things that they do. They started off getting $7.50 an hour, and we were able to advocate for them to get as much as $15 an hour. So they spent a lot of time cultivating this garden. A lot of them are not here for various different reasons, but Phyllis can tell you that a lot of these kids did a lot of the work that helped to put this garden into progress. And here's a lot of the kids here that benefit. This program here, the houses that we use it's a respite program. It's a program where if we get calls in the middle of the night or if we get calls where kids need some placement or some type of help, we, have them here and we keep them here. And so these kids here, some of these kids here stay here, and we provide support and opportunity for them. So a lot of them love gardening. You love the garden? You like to pick flowers? So not pick flowers. Well, they do pick flowers. They do. They do. We have to tell them. They gave, who was that? Wanda. They gave Wanda flower. I'm like, I have to give her a flower right now. We need those flowers. But, these kids here, they can tell you, which one can tell you about the flowers? Where's Poppy? Oh, God. He's not supposed to be sleeping. We have one of the kids who's 3 years old who can tell you about this garden. So we're really excited about it. He knows how to tell you the story. So we're really excited. But let me just say this. I had no idea. Year after year, I kept buying annual plants. And it was costing me so much money. And I'm like, I got to do something better than this. I had no idea about native plants or perennial plants. I mean, I knew about perennial plants, but when I heard about the native plants, this was just an excellent opportunity for us to expand this garden and to make beautify. We cannot wait to see this grow and flourish, and so we're excited about it. So we just thank you guys for partnering with us in this opportunity. It's an opportunity where we knew nothing about native plants. It didn't come to our mind. So again, thank you all. We appreciate it. And we're looking forward to that. And that's another story over there.
Yeah, yeah. So, so the planting, I just want to tell you that I'm so sorry that the kids aren't, the older kids aren't here, because they're junior high school. like
Yeah,
that,
they were
middle school?
junior high school, yeah, middle school.
They were
Yes.
fabulous.
Yes.
When the, when anybody know what, you know what hostas are? Some of you online know what hostas are. Anybody try to pull them up?
Oh my God.
They have thick roots. Oh my gosh, they are so hard. So we broke some shovels on the hostas, but these kids pulled up the hostas. And there were all hostas in here. And then we discovered under the mulch plastic and canvas to keep the weeds out. But when you plant a native garden, you want the nutrients to get in and you want the plants to spread. You have to pull up all plastic. And those kids were fantastic. They kept digging under there and finding the plastic and pulling it out. And Adrian, you have to show Adrian because she was a huge.
Yes. Yes, she was able to work with the kids when I was like, oh my God, these kids. She was able to work with them, plant by plant, dirt by dirt. I mean, she was just fabulous with them, and we appreciate you. Oh my God.
They were
Yes,
amazing.
They were.
So we, and then we had to teach them to plant. See, the idea is that they were going to learn something from this project. They learned about the fact that the soil needs to get nutrients. They learned what native means. You all know this word. I'm just going to put it up my little thing. They didn't understand about native plants. I mean, you know about native people, but we didn't know about native. So they're the plants that started out here. They grew here before there was grass and buildings.
United States, yes.
Well, yeah,
Here,
native plants
Chicago,
are here, but
here.
there are different native plants in the Northeast and the Southwest, because it's a different climate. So the thing about native plants is they know how to live in the soil here. The soil in Chicago isn't the greatest. When we do a veggie garden, we're not going to plant it in the soil. We're going to put raised beds and fresh soil in, so that whatever stuff is in our regular soil doesn't get into your vegetables. But it's fine. They know how to live here. So that's what, and they don't take water, so they haven't died in all this drought. They're still growing, and they don't need water unless it's a really bad drought, right?
Yeah.
And they will spread. They don't have to be planted. They shouldn't be planted every year. They will grow and spread. What Stephanie told me is the first year you plant a native garden, the plants sleep. The next year they creep, which I think means they start to spread and the roots go down. The third year they leaf. They will really be beautiful. So in 2 more years, we'll come back. Maybe it won't be raining and you can really see what it's going to be.
So is it sleep, creep, and leaf? Okay. Okay.
Because it doesn't maybe look like much now. There's plants that are sleeping underneath that you don't even see the leaves. They're just underneath. So we'll all be surprised when they come up. And they'll bloom at different times. They'll bloom all through. So spring, different plants, they'll bloom, they'll die off, other ones will bloom. These flowers aren't as bright as annuals, like your marigolds and your whatever geraniums, but they also, yes, yeah. I don't want to stand in the rain to show you, but there's a sign right here at the entrance. And this explains the garden. It's a sustainable pollinator garden, meaning, well, I'll read it. Established native plants are great for urban ecosystems. They do not require any additional water as rainfall is enough to give the plants what they need. They also create a perfect habitat for local pollinators, helping to increase their populations and overall biodiversity. So that bees and butterflies and birds will come to this garden. And you guys can watch and see how many different ones you see in the garden. Next. Batman? No, you're a robot. I have to press you. You're welcome. So this says this party is a collaboration of Austin People's Action Center, Temple Bar Zion, and West Coast Wild.
Yay!
I have some people to thank. Adrian, I already thanked her. Cindy Klein Benai, who figured out how to do the sign. Cynthia, of course. The youth,
Thank you.
Mr. Keith, Mr. D, they were the tough guys who got in here and really pulled up the trees that were there. Wow. And so that's the story of the garden. Any questions? I'll take questions. And Martell. Where's Martell?
Oh, thanks,
Oh,
Mark.
does he help with the? Yes.
No, he's inside.
He's inside.
Mhm.
So that's right, because then we fixed up, we had to do a path. We wanted to do a path. That was part of the plan.
Oh, that path was, it was just a,
So we've got a path coming down here now. It goes all around the side of the building. And Lori and Martell knew how to do that. So that's. You know, I want to ask somebody, Rabbi has a little thing to say. Should we do it now or should we do it at the end?
However you'd like. I can try to put it on right now.
Let's put it on right now.
Okay. All right. So
my head is okay.
give me just a moment. I'm going to share it with the people on Zoom too. So
I'm gonna
it's
say he
a
couldn't be here because he has a wedding to go to. So
now we're okay. So let's see.
Hello, everyone. This is Rabbi Adir Glick from Temple Har Zion. Spirit to all of us, and be a symbol for all of the other work that needs to be done so desperately in our world, and that we hope to accomplish together, to bring us together for good across communities, and to uphold all the common values that we hold dear.
So I can
Amen.
read what he wrote.
okay.
Okay. So let me read what he wrote. And okay, just a moment. Okay. No, not that message. Okay, here we go. Friends, it is good for all of us to be together at Temple Har Zion. We are honored to have partnered with so many of you on this project. We are grateful to all of you, to Cynthia, to the leaders of the Interfaith Green Network, Go Plastic Free, West Cook Wild Ones, and those who worked on the garden, did the real physical work, and to the leader of our Social Action Committee, Phyllis Rubin, who has gathered all of us through her energy and passion. In our Jewish tradition, every week we begin the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, from the beginning. This month, we started once again from the beginning. At the beginning of the Bible, of the Torah, of our shared religious traditions, we read about how, after the world was created, God instructed Adam and Eve to tend the garden. We are to care for our planet. To tend implies thoughtfulness, implies sensitivity. It implies relationship and care. When we tend together, we are all the better together. Our neighborhoods, our communities, our cities, our planet. We have shared in spirit. This is what we should be doing together, tending. This project, as I followed it, from the native plants garden to the bench, to all of the different elements, showed that tending, consciousness, and care. We have a growing relationship and partnership with APAC because we are committed to the greater Westside community. My wife and I have been here over the winter to drop off donation items, and a long-standing relationship also with the Interfaith Green Network, Go Plastic Free, and with Dig Right, in that did some of the work. So let us pray that the tending of this garden continues to bring joy and community spirit and be a symbol for all of the other work we hope to accomplish together, bringing us together for good across communities to uphold all the common values that we hold dear. Okay.
Okay. Wait, do you want to come over here? Everyone to come over if I said something. Okay, so onto the bench, and then we can say anything you want. Okay, so Sheriff number 3, number 4, number 5 is Go Plastic Free, the Interfaith Free Network, and our communities, all our communities, because everybody contributed to the plastic bag collection. So how did this one start? So I'm a member of 2 green groups. One is the Interfaith Free Network, and the other is Go Plastic Free, which you can figure out what that wants to do. You probably know that plastic is everywhere. It's in our oceans, it's in our food, it's in our clothes. When we wash our clothes and it gets in the water, then it goes back into the ocean. It's killing our oceans, and that affects what?
I don't know.
Climate, right? Global warming. So, because I was in these groups, someone told me there's a national green, no, not that. Well, that's how I found it. I went to a conference online during COVID, and there someone else talked about their synagogue collecting 500 pounds of plastic bags within 6 months and getting a free plastic bench. The company that does this is called Trex, Trex. They're in California. And if you log 500 pounds of plastic, they make you a free bench. So Judy Clem, who was the head of Interfaith Free Network at the time, and also at Oak Park Temple, said, okay, we'll do it. And she got on the stick and got it organized. There were 5 collection sites: Oak Park Temple, Har Zion, Austin People's Action Center, the high school. The kids bought stuff and helped collect, and the conservatory, the Oak Park Conservatory. Okay. Anybody, I don't know, some of you know how long it took to collect the 500 pounds of plastic bags. 500 pounds. How many weeks do you think? We had 6 months to do it. How long do you think it took us?
3 months.
3 months?
3 weeks.
You're a 3 weeks.
Wow.
This is how much plastic we are using that we don't need, and it's getting into the oceans. So I took us 3 weeks. I will tell you, we have not collected 2,000 pounds of plastic bags. I think we're over 2,000 pounds of this.
But what it really took is us explaining to people who are not used to this, who didn't understand, like our clients, our staff. It was like, how you keep telling us to bring plastic bags? How are you gonna make a bench with it? I'm like, I don't know, but we gonna follow this process. So the education process for us was so enlightening, because we would have never thought about plastic bag bench. We would have never made the connection. So after I started talking to them about it, they was like, okay, we're gonna collect. Because in the one day she came with a bag, a bin. It had trash in it, it had plastic bags in it. I'm like, oh my God, they don't understand. So I had to educate them to make us understand, because I didn't know, but that resulted in a bench, plastic bags. So we was ready to do another bench. Yeah.
So when we all move around here, you can go over and just look at that bench, and you can see your plastic bags right there.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's what it is. It's an education for people. And I don't know if you want to say something, Julia, or you're now the head of the Interfaith Free Network.
Well, we have a core group, so there's 4 of us, and I'm one of the heads. Art and Jim and Adrian are the others.
Okay.
But Interfaith Green Network is a community of about 20 or more faith-based congregations. And we come together to share ideas, energy, encourage each other, share resources of how to better care for the earth and care for each other. Like you did here. And that's what happens whenever we all come together. Ideas come out. Shidduch comes out.
It's made. Yes.
And Shidduch is made. So Interfaith Green Network was one of the supporting partners, and encouraged everyone to donate their plastic bags, which we hope everyone's really working to not use as much anymore. But the plastic bag consumption really exploded during the pandemic. And so something that's not good, with the help of all these organizations working together and with trucks, we've made something good out of that. And something that can be a blessing to the community and to people that live around here. So we're at Interfaith Green Network. We're really proud to be a part in this effort. Thanks for letting us be a part.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep. Yep. So these are all groups and people who were involved. So I want to thank Judy Clem, Julia Peer, the whole group, because they got the word out. Diane Richardson and Art Spooner of Go Plastic Free. You. And thanks for everything. Maury Applebaum, who not only brought the plants, okay, I gotta list this. He brought the plants, he brought the soil, he brought the mulch, he brought the stuff for the lining, which we
brought the
didn't know we
tools.
needed. He brought the what?
The tools.
The he brought the tools, he brought the liner for the, that's under the path, and he put together the bench and the platform that is under it.
Wow.
They did it.
Yeah.
Nobody else would have known how to do that, but you did. So thank you. And that's the story. That's the story. Anybody else want to say anything? Tell us. Thank you, thank you. All
No,
right.
thank you all. We really appreciate it. This is something in the 40 years that our organization have existed. We've had these houses for 10 years, and we use them to house babies and children who need care instantly. And the kids are even knowing what to do. Oh, we got a pretty yard. Don't step in the yard. Nana, I want to help. I want to do this. So we really appreciate this. The collaboration, the partnership, we really appreciate this. And Mark, I want to just thank you too for everything that you did and all of your hard work, and Phyllis, and just thank you. And all of you. We just appreciate this. This is something different. It takes us from the everyday hard work that we have to do. Is something different, and it's a relief. It's a pleasure. We enjoy this. I'm sometimes I'm excited. I'm like, Nicole, I gotta go. My assistant, I'm like, Nicole, I gotta go. Phyllis is there. Marge is there. And that's my excuse. But I enjoy it so much. And I got some girlfriends who live way in Crete who never want to come to the west side because they think the west side is the bad side. Unfortunately, they thought yesterday was the day of this event, and they came yesterday. But guess what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. We sat on that bench and they would say, like, oh my God, it's so nice and quiet. We really enjoy this. So it was just it's just a joy. So, and then I had neighbors who keep bringing me plants and and putting them. Oh, and I started to call you. I'm like, okay, I need help.
Okay,
And they keep dropping plants over on the ground, dropping plants. And I'm like, okay, we gotta find. I just told another guy, he came and he started digging holes. And I'm like, okay, just dig holes down the side of the house. We'll just put the plants in. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to maybe next year doing that side there.
Yep.
Both of these homes we own.
Yep, that
So,
would be great.
yeah. So thank you all. We really appreciate it. And we don't take this lightly. We really, really enjoy it. So thank you.
Before you go, the last thing might be so to show everybody this one plant right here that is blooming.
Yeah. Yeah, come point it.
Right.
Step in, don't step on the point. Right here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice bench.
And we also have carryout, dirt cheese, spaghetti, cabbage, sweet potatoes, soul food Sunday, banana pudding, and peach cobbler, spaghetti, and salmon. So we have people here to help you take a plate home. And we have a vegetarian chip. So raise your hand and we'll start the next plate. Please don't leave this with us. I have some room in my refrigerator. Yes, you can come inside. Yes, why they make them. Yes, come on. Come on inside. Nicole, ask Shirley, y'all start me to the plate.
You want to taste the chili? Okay.
People's Action Center.
All right, so should we go and taste
Yeah,
the chili?
go ahead. The chili's in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
yeah.
And I don't know if I should check things to scoop it with or anything. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it looks like.
Oh, I think we're done.
Okay, I'll sign off then. All right.